Yeah. We're going to Tahiti.
And then next thing you know, he turns around and he's like, Jesus, it's Jesus. He's here.
There's Jesus.
You guys got any questions for him? He's here right now.
Alright, so you were talking about the milk thing.
Yeah, milk.
Catch you up real quick, we were saying how freaking weird it is that, like, you walk down the street with a Snickers bar, that's considered acceptable. You walk down the street with a cucumber, that's weird. But what's weird is that you're shoving chemicals into your mouth. Go ahead.
It's definitely
you don't
weird.
even gotta talk to that, just talk to me.
Very, very weird that people think stuff like that. It's insane. You know, like I was saying, milk does the body good. We were always taught milk is so good for you, it makes you strong. But in reality, it's horrible for you. It's like,
Dude, it's like...
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't even have milk. It kills me.
Really?
Yeah, but I love it. It tastes so good.
So if I want to take you out, I just gotta like, just be like, hey, here's a vegan milkshake. You're dead.
Yeah. Exactly, dude. It just doesn't agree with my body, and there's a reason for it.
But it doesn't agree with anybody's body. You just happen to be a little bit more susceptible to it.
Absolutely.
Like,
well, why is it that they're beating that into our heads that it's so good for us, and they want us to drink it, and they want us to continue to consume a product that's not good for you?
I gotta be honest. I mean, I think I'm nuts, but I gotta be honest. I think it's because knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
So how much power can you obtain if you keep the knowledge from the public, right? Now, the problem with the system currently is that, I'm going to have a podcast one day, I swear to God. The problem with the system currently is that because of the internet, the knowledge that was previously completely unobtainable to people like you and me, for the go-getters out there, we can go and get this knowledge now. So, for example, if you want to control... Alright, if I wanted to rule over you, you need to be as weak as possible. Because as soon as you're as strong as me, you could fight back, right? So if I come at you in a fight, and you're a brittle old man or something, and I'm swinging at you, you're going down.
Yeah.
But see, if you learn how to somehow reverse the aging process, go back to the prime of your life, do something that puts you on like crazy-ass steroids or something, and I come swinging at you, you're going to be like, knock me out. So you get this dynamic where up till a certain point you had the ruling class of people who were able to completely dominate the knowledge barriers in life and trickle down what you guys were allowed to know.
Yeah.
So the reason knowledge is so important is that life is a video game. It really is. And there's a manual to that video game of saying what is good for us. How do you do this? How do you do that? What are the buttons to press? If I don't know the buttons on a racing game, I'm going to hit the nitrous, I'm going to hit a wall, and I'm going to blow up. Yeah. And you're going to go racing down, and you're going to be fine. But see, that knowledge barrier is disintegrating, and it's getting weaker, and it's because of the internet. Now we could go and search things. So what I'm getting at is that I think all the knowledge and all the stuff they just keep for themselves, and they put misinformation and disinformation into the masses.
Yeah, throw us off that.
Like
that, so that they can stay high and we're going to stay low.
Right, so that's why people think eating a Snickers bar is a good idea, or drinking Pepsi is a good idea. It's the mass media.
Oh my God, Pepsi. Oh my
right,
God.
You know, the toilet cleaner, Pepsi, yeah.
Yeah,
you know, and you know what's cool, man, is that people are quitting these companies like you and me, who are like, why am I selling this shit?
Yeah.
Why am I like allowing myself to feed this to people? There's a guy, he was making
if you're selling something that you won't consume,
yeah, what are you doing?
And we're supposed to believe in morals or what is it? Business ethics. There is no such thing, dude. They talk about it like it's real or something.
Yeah.
Like
you're talking about ethics like ethics are real.
Yeah, like you actually give a shit if this person, you know, prospers or is healthy or not.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you want your pocket to get big, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is that like when you get people who want to control everything, okay, well now we're at the internet age, how do we really control? Okay, well we're going to make sure that the food supply that they're getting is the absolute shittiest that you can get. We're going to keep all the organic farms and stuff for ourselves as much as they can. I mean, shit, Bill Gates has his own organic farms. Yeah. I mean, some of the top supporters of GMO have organic farms.
And they don't eat GMO.
You can't figure this shit out. So obviously there's something wrong with this food. And a lot of the genetically modified stuff, what's interesting is that it attacks the genitals. It attacks the genitals. That's why you're seeing so many children being born with deformities. Because what they're trying to do is sterilize the bottom class, or at least a great portion of them. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to get into some shit that's kind of fucked up. Who's the absolute bottom class, non-knowledgeable people? Well, they're the ones who are having the most kids, right?
Yeah.
So what are those people eating? McDonald's, the fast food. It's what they could afford. They don't have the knowledge basis to know that, okay, if I'm eating this, this is actually going to affect me to this level. They put into these foods all these GMOs, all this garbage. They're trying to sterilize, basically destroy the genitals of the males and the women and stuff. And it's like, that's why birth control is free. Dude, birth control has such a high chance of, like, genetic deformities for the children.
I'm so glad my girlfriend's never taken birth control.
Right. It's like...
Which is why she was so susceptible to get pregnant, but still.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, it was a trade-off. But it's just like, you know, the birth control is now free.
Yeah.
You get free birth control. Why are you getting free birth control? Who can afford free shit? The very bottom class.
Yeah.
Who pays for things? The more educated. So what's free? Okay, birth control is free. Condoms are free. Stop you from having the fucking kids in the first place.
Yeah.
But what do you, like, for example, what do you have to pay for in life? Well, the organic food is more expensive. Now, shouldn't organic food, I'm just throwing this out there. This is just a thought. I have no basis on this. Shouldn't organic food be less expensive because you have to do less shit to it?
Yeah.
And shouldn't the GMOs, which is heavily researched, you have to hire a ton of people to mess with genetics. These scientists are not cheap. The equipment they use is not cheap. The facilities they operate in are not cheap. All this stuff is not cheap. How is the food cheap?
Yeah.
So...
Because they're saying that they're producing twice, or 10 times the amount, whatever the hell
right.
the number is.
And maybe they are. But the
still.
investment to get there was way beyond. But what I'm saying is that the cheap food is the one that should be more expensive. The more expensive food is the one that should be cheaper. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you had the kind of power to manipulate the markets to be that, well, you would give the cheap food the one that's going to fuck everybody up. Because that's what the bottom feeders of people, I'm sorry, bottom feeders, when you really don't have money, that's what they could grab. That's what they survive on, the shittiest food.
Yeah.
And you program the shitty food to destroy their chances of procreating. But the problem is everybody's so mixed. You got me and you in with that, and we end up taking on, you know, stuff that chemicals and stuff into our bodies. And I'm not saying it's good to eradicate someone's ability to have a kid at all, but what I'm saying is that you and me are taking stuff into our bodies that are fucking us up. Like, you're going to tell me that I should feel as shitty as I did the last few years until I learned about health and stuff at my age? I'm 28 years old. I was 26 when I started having major health concerns, and I was like, I'm 26! Yeah. What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? You're not. You know, like,
yeah.
So, what I'm saying is that we've got this knowledge barrier that's being destroyed, and there's people waking up and they're being like,
I love it.
I
love it.
I do too, but I think that's why they want to kill everybody now.
I think it is.
You know, I mean,
once you start thinking for yourself, then you know these big guys, they have that, and then they start shaking. They get scared.
Yeah.
Because guess how many more of us there is than them?
Well, there is, but and that's awesome. But
and I wish we could all unite like that, and start thinking like that. It's us versus, you know, it's not even us versus anybody. It's us versus wrong, really.
Yeah.
It's right versus wrong.
Right. That's why the change, when this world's going to change,
it's a good evil battle. It's not even a battle of, like, you know, this human versus this human. It's just right and wrong.
It's a battle like you and me.
It's like, is this right or is this wrong? Exactly, that's it.
Yeah.
And if you can't fucking see that, you were either brought up so wrong that you think evil's good now or something. You know,
that's why we have all the reality TV shows.
And then you got, exactly, and then you're just like, oh, this guy's brought up evil, then evil's good and good is evil.
Right.
Well, guess what? No, there still is good and evil. Doesn't matter what you were taught.
Right.
you got to figure that out, I guess, for yourself if you're brought up in Europe.
Right. So, absolutely. So the way of doing that, the way the world's going to change is like people like you and me say, we're not going to work for you.
Yeah.
Period. Like, we're going to build our own shit. Fuck the corporation. We're going to bed. So now the corporation gets the dumbest of the dumb. I'm sorry. Yep. They get the dumbest of the dumb people going over to work for them, and their beautiful structure starts to fall apart because now you've got a farmer and cattle. And the cattle can't push buttons and do stuff like that. I'm doing a big metaphor, but you're getting the you have one manager and a whole bunch of yutzes trying to run friggin' like these giant companies now. Because the intelligent minds, like you and me, are like, yo, your company stands for evil.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go build a company that stands for good. Or I'm going to go work for somebody where I'm going to make a little bit less, but I'm going to keep my integrity, I'm going to keep my soul. And that is how, you know, the world is starting to change. So, you know, you get into like the depopulation stuff and like all that kind of stuff. Look, I mean, truth of the matter is, yes, there is a lot more of us than them, but when you really break it down, I mean, the shit that they've got working on, bro, they've got fucking invisible suits and shit. Like, I don't know if you ever like looked at like some of like what they really have in the military, like not what's released, but what they're working on.
Yeah,
I mean, what are you gonna do to fight it? You know, so it's like, yes,
you gotta have that same technology, you know, and that's at that point we're playing video games in real life.
We are playing, dude. Those Call of Duty suits, those are real things.
I know those are real. Yeah.
This is what people don't understand. Like
there's
when you
suits and stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
When you see something in a video game or a movie, the odds are if that exact thing doesn't exist, something really close to it exists.
There 100% has to be something that there's got to be a super engineered soldier at this point. There has to.
You've cloned sheep, you've cloned whatever, and you've cloned humans up to supposedly they get to a certain point in the thing and they have to kill it because, okay, now the baby's going to have consciousness, I'll kill it now. You're going to tell me that some scientists haven't just gone,
no, we're not killing it.
Yeah, no.
There's no possible way that they haven't, there isn't some facility somewhere where they've got literally 1,000 of these things that are just super absolute animals that can just kill anything.
Right.
You know?
And feel nothing.
And feel nothing. Yeah.
Right. Like, so you get this thing to a certain point and they're like, hey, Fred, don't kill this one, I'll kill it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary, don't worry about it. You take care of the baby. I got this.
I'm getting paid $10 billion for this thing.
Right, exactly. You know what the black market pays for? So you're already growing organs and stuff that are real organs. Okay, you're talking about a super soldier and stuff. Well, here's the thing. Why do you and I care about what decisions we make? I don't know what you believe. I believe I got a soul. I don't know necessarily.
All day. I believe it's my soul.
Yeah.
I believe I've lived many times. I believe that this soul that is in this body right now, I'm just borrowing this sack of meat.
Yeah, dude. Okay? This is just my new car.
It's the same soul, exactly.
This is my new car. You like the shave on my new car?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that, okay, you've got... you and I should do like a podcast.
We should do a podcast.
I'm not kidding.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm definitely down.
Like, yeah, dude. I mean, this could count
we
as
can
like...
get like the coolest people on it too. But.
All right, we'll use the YouTube channel, dude. We could definitely do that. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that my biggest problem with it is that, and this is also my problem with teleportation, which they are working on, and they're probably going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
My problem is that, okay, I've got a soul. I know right from wrong, conscious from not. Now, if I am worried, okay, now I'm not getting into religion and stuff, I don't know what to believe, but what I'm saying is that if I am worried about possibly any of my decisions here that are bad can lead me to a bad place or lead me to somewhere I don't want to go, whether it's hell, whether it's a lower dimension, whatever it is, I'm going to think twice about my actions. Now, take somebody with, for example, my intellect, okay? I may not be a huge, hulking, muscular monstrosity, but my brain is, and I know that. Like, I'm extremely powerful, intellectually wise. Now, take someone with my intellect, take their soul away, like, have a clone. What am I capable of with the way my mind works, if I want to put it for bad? So now take a super soldier who is capable of basically being a death machine. Yeah. Like my buddy Mike I was telling you about. Dude, he's ex-military, and he's 245 pounds of absolute pure muscle. My buddy Josh is 6'7", 285 pounds, MMA.
Yeah.
Take people like that with programmable skills, right? Remove the soul. This thing doesn't feel, it's a program, it's a computer. You're going to stop that on the battlefield? It's the genome soldier. So when you... Our podcast is going to be great. But it's like you've got this genome soldier that is walking around, can't feel pain because all it's going to get is like the nerve signal. So if it gets shot in the leg, it knows it got shot in the leg. How to dress the wound is like...
Yeah.
Goes on. What are you going to do to fight that thing? Right? What are you going to do when you throw that thing in a fucking exoskeleton suit? And it's flying around.
Oh my god.
You know? It's like...
That's basically the zombie. So that's a zombie.
Right!
It's a slave.
Right. You know, and it's like you get that. Okay. Now, I mean, let's take it a step further because we're just going to fuck with everything.
Well, that's actually not really a zombie. That's more of a robot. So.
It is a robot.
But in a body.
It's a biological robot, undifferentiatable from you. And it walks amongst you and can have any personality and maybe can even read your body language and play off you to be your best friend instantly. I mean, you're going to tell me it's possible it's not already here? Like you hear about sleepers? All that kinds of stuff?
No.
Sleepers, I mean, there's so much, but supposedly a sleeper is like a child that's taken as an infant, and it's like they put some program into it, super brainwashed, and then they like snap it out of it, but there's a certain word that, you know, it says to start the program so that the kid grows up like you and me. Like you and me could be a sleeper and we get to wherever, and one day you get a phone call, yellow 1572.
Yeah.
And then phone goes down, you go and bomb the whole place.
Yeah.
Because you know where the bomb is going to be set, because it's in your program. You just walk over, you grab the bomb, you walk over to whatever, you put it down, and then it blows up. You walk away, you get arrested, you don't even remember what happened. You sit in jail the rest of your life for something you technically didn't do.
Yeah.
They're called sleepers. And there's a lot of proof for that. I mean, so my thing is like you get all these people who are like, yeah, if the world ends, I got all these guns, I got all this. I'm like, what's
the world ends?
Fucking gun gonna do against a tank? And like the people who stockpile in their house, like I'm gonna make something really simple. If I had a stockpile of food, all I did was stockpile food for the toughest guy in the neighborhood, because I'm not the toughest guy in the neighborhood. And I don't care if you are, get 3 people to attack you at once. You're no longer the toughest guy. You're dead, and they've got all your food.
Yeah. Anything happens, it's not even about being tough on that aspect. It's like, dude, just being able to pull the trigger or not.
Right.
That's all it
Dude,
is.
my freaking, like, it's,
It's just, man, if you got yours and yours, you got to pull the trigger. You got to take care of yours.
And it sucks because it's like you don't
That's
want
right.
it.
No, you don't want it. You got to do it. That'd be wild. I just want to say this, get this on tape. Dude, something I can't stand is, I see all these GoFundMes for fucking dead people after they die of Odin. Can we just start GoFundMes to get people into rehabs? So they're not fucking paying. So they're not fucking paying for their funeral. We're paying for their life instead. I don't want to pay for people's death. Let's pay for their life. Yeah. Because life is great, and I don't want to fucking end anybody's life. Yeah. I want everybody to live as long as they can.
Yep.
Happily, but
happily.
But like, dude, I hate it. I've had a lot of friends die in the past, I don't know, 10 years. And
dude, in the last year and 2 months, 5 people died from heroin that I know.
Yeah.
And one actually no.
Last year and 2 months, 5?
Yeah.
Last year I knew 4.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even add him. That's 6 people.
It's great!
Excellent!
It's a party!
Let's all die. This sucks, dude. This sucks. It's terrible. It sucks. I don't like it.
We would have had 7 then, except,
Can we just freaking do the GoFundMes though? Like, seriously, think about that, man. Like, there's no shame in getting help.
No, there's not. There's no shame in saying you got a problem. Dude, I was diagnosed with bipolar, anxiety, depression, all that kind of stuff. I was on medication for 10 years, and guess what? I don't have it anymore.
Exactly, dude.
Do you know it's curable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manic, to step up from bipolar.
Yeah.
Manic.
Yeah. Manic, you go.
Manic depression.
Manic, you're like, I'm doing okay, and then sell the house. Yeah. We're going to Tahiti.
And then next thing you know, he turns around, he's like, Jesus. It's Jesus. He's here.
There's Jesus.
You guys got any questions for him? He's here right now. He's right now. You want to talk to him? Like, dude, I was like, all right. But now,
and maybe he is.
dude, and maybe he was there. I don't know, but still. Yeah, he's not
Maybe.
medicine. He's not medicine. Fucking, you know?
Right.
Everything is curable. It really is.
Well, the
and
thing is,
there's so many plants and herbs out there, and natural ailments.
Dude, you want to know how I cured me?
We do not need to make synthetic anything.
No,
you know
but
what
if
I mean?
you cure it, then you lose money. It's
Exactly.
a big pharma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't stand the pharmaceutical. I hate pharmaceutical company. I wish I owned them because then I would just be like, fuck all this, and we're only gonna go natural. We don't need to be making, fake, whatever. Anyway, it'd be great because I would never be poor. I'd be rich as hell.
You want to
always.
fix the system? Land is free. Okay.
Yeah.
Land is free. Like, I don't know how you would do that one because your land is nicer than my land, but I don't know. But land is free. You could live for free because it's illegal in America technically to live anywhere without money. It's actually illegal. Like, bums can get arrested for like loitering and shit. Like, but all right, hold on. So what I'm saying
is
if
I have no money.
So land is free. Grow your own food, that's free. They want to tax the rainwater, by the way. I don't know if you heard about this. They want to tax the rain. We'll get into a lot.
Colorado, it's illegal. California, illegal. You cannot collect rainwater.
Why? Because you didn't have time to taint it? Like, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. No, they had time. They threw something in the air to taint it. They're freaking...
Right. So what I'm...
Chemtrails and all that shit.
Yeah. You know, and chemtrails is an interesting one.
I'd just like to know why or what.
Chemtrails are an interesting one because when you really look at it, it's very interesting because it's so quick and easy to look into the conspiracy theory because of everything else going on.
Yeah.
But there are certain areas which create a specific kind of an atmospheric pressure with the, I don't even know how it works, but the burning hydrogen, I don't know how it works. But no matter what flies through there will leave the long cloud because it's actually a cloud being made.
I thought that. For a while, it was just jet engines, and that's the residual whatever's there, because you only see it way up in the air,
right?
Like 30,000 plus.
I'm just saying you don't know. We don't know anything. Is how I look at life. I'm like true wisdom is I know nothing.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying, bipolar and anxiety, dude. The way I cured it for me, I started eating right. Like really eating right, because I realized how much the artificial chemicals and stuff messed my head. I had this for 10 years. I was on medication for 10 years. And I started eating right and everything, but that didn't change too much, but I did feel a little better. I felt okay enough to get off it, but I struggled. Then I changed my circumstances in my life, put myself in way less stressful situations, broke up with the girl that I was with and like everything else. And then I still was struggling. You know the final thing, and it took me 4 years of trying to cure it, the final thing was chiropractic.
Really?
I'm not even kidding. Chiropractic. Want to know why? Your brain, your nervous system goes throughout your whole body. Your whole body is actually your brain, down to the nerves in your fingertips. Your nervous system is your brain. Your brain goes through your spine. When your spine is subluxated, which means the vertebrae are pressing, the vertebrae have shifted a little bit because they shift every day, but, me, I've crashed a lot. The vertebrae, when it shifts into the nerve system and the nerves, and it pinches the nerves, it's like a hose. You pinch the hose. Well, the nerves that that control your brain chemicals and help with the production of them actually go through the top vertebrae of your neck, called atlas. Because atlas, every nerve, I think, in the body goes through it. My atlas was skewed a little bit. So I could eat as good as I wanted. I could have sex as much as I wanted. I could do anything as much as I wanted. I still had problems. Justman, 2.5 weeks later, I had no symptom. And I've never had a symptom since. Now, I'm not saying everybody gets cured that fast, but I had so much pressure on it. When the doctor took his vertebrae, he's like, yeah, of course you have fucking bipolar or something going on. He's like, you're probably a whack job. My doctor's great. I love him. And he just adjusted it back. He's like, come in tomorrow. Adjusted it again, came in tomorrow. Adjusted it again. 2.5 weeks later, I still go to him to this day. He adjusted. I have no symptoms. Nothing. I'm like this all day long. I feel fine.
Yeah.
Like, I can get excited. I can be depressed. I can be whatever. But I'm always feeling fine. But I get depressed like a normal person. Like if my fucking mom dies, I feel bad.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's different.
It's not like...
That is fine. That's normal.
Right.
When it's not normal, we got a problem.
Right. It's not like, I just open my cereal box and I'm so excited to eat the cereal and I start to cry. What is going on?
This is right.
Like, you know. So I mean, it's just
Is this the best cereal?
I don't know. I think I have my period. Put on some lipstick. Bruce Jenner, you're mine. Like,
there's a nice fat problem with our society. Oh my God, we could go for a good day on that topic. Holy cow!
My thing is, God bless, do what you want, but why is this the number one thing going on in America?
Why does everybody give a shit? Let the guy do whatever he wants.
I don't want a penis anymore. Good luck!
Chop that. Here's a pair of scissors, brother. Here's some scissors and a Band-Aid. Might need a blowtorch for a little cauterization, but go for it.
You got this, right?
This dude is crazy, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe that. That's just wild, man. Why would you want to do that?
I don't care, dude.
He doesn't even want to cut his thing off.
Oh, good. That's a real woman right there.
It's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he really
I put it all out there.
Woman, dude. Seriously, what is wrong with this guy? I can't wait to see what that family does with Kanye West, though.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not even following. What's with Kanye West?
Considering everything that they've done to the rest of the family,
I don't know.
the dad was a dad, now he's a girl.
Okay, good.
All right.
So wait, Bruce Jenner is the father of somebody?
Bruce Jenner.
I don't know anything about this. I've just heard.
Dude, that family is crazy.
I don't watch TV.
They're just so plasticed up. It's outrageous.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so they look like little dollhouses.
They do, yeah.
Excellent, nice.
Dude, it's crazy.
Hey man, Barbie's hot. I don't know what to tell you.
They're just wild people. They're just super wild, rich as hell, and I mean, shit, whatever.
That's funny, dude. Like, I mean,
more power to you, I guess.
I just go on what I hear. I know that some guy turned into a woman. It's a Bruce Jenner thing. Now I know it still has a penis. I just
it's crazy. And then they awarded Bruce Jenner with like an award for like Woman of the Year, some magazine.
Excellent.
And like
Excellent.
left out like all of like women that like have like
that did something,
have like no arms or legs because they like fight for your freedom. But this guy
or fight the wars of old men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The freedom.
The podcast will be great.
The freedom. Yeah. So gas prices will be cheaper.
Dude, once we build it to a certain extent, we can just have people write in with stuff that like they want to see discussed.
Dude, yeah. And then Bruce Jenner goes, the hardest part about being a woman is like picking out what like lipstick to wear or some shit. Or like something like that.
You know the hardest part of being Josh Kekak is caring. If that's your biggest problem.
Like, caring and that's all I have to deal with. Yeah, dude, it's just crazy. I don't care. I mean, Kim Kardashian's not a very nice person, so fuck all of them. Fuck the whole family.
Yeah,
They're
dude.
not cool.
And
Who
the
cares?
thing is the hating on people does nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's funny about who you hate on? You make them money. I don't know if anybody else has realized this, but
you know what? You're right about that.
Right. Look at the biggest YouTube channels out there. There is some guy with like an afro, and he screams a lot. There's no quality content. There's nothing. People go to his channel to make fun of him, but they subscribe and watch his channel. You hate this guy. You go there to hate on him. He is becoming millions. They're freaking like millionaires.
Hate to love them.
Because it's like the Kardashians. You hate on the Kardashians. Everybody like posts the stupid stuff about Kardashians. All that does is gets all the girls who are like, well, they're kind of hot, and they go and check them out.
Yeah.
You just made them money. Now let's watch their show. Oh, dude, what worthless crap are you doing today?
Yeah.
Like there was something about Kim Kardashian going into. It's like I'm talking shit about these people who could like buy this country. Anyways, so
can buy.
Like Connecticut, like
Probably.
That guy talks shit about us in Connecticut. We really don't like him.
Nah, Kardashian.
No land for you.
They're millionaires, but they're not.
I don't know. What I'm saying is like there's this thing where she's going and she's like, oh, I was dared to get my ass x-rayed. Why is this in the TV? Why is this what
Who gives a shit?
But like that's what it was. She's there with the doctor and she says like, yeah, I was dared to get my ass x-rayed. And the doctor's looking at her like, haha, Cool.
All right, excellent. That'll be $1,000.
Well, let's do this.
I remember when someone dared me once.
I remember, and it was more.
Now let's X-ray
like,
this ass for $1,000.
Yeah. That was. I got dared to go streaking, but I guess this is the new streaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, technology.
Doctor's like, yeah, you were right. It's an ass.
Right. So my thing is getting back to that knowledge. What's it called? The permeable knowledge barrier that's there. Okay, now we've got the internet, and all these people are waking up like you and me.
Yeah.
What can we distract them with? Because fuck, they're seeing the truth.
Yep.
That's what I think that is. That is why I think.
Absolutely.
You go back in history. Who was heralded in history? Okay, well we had. Michelangelo was absolutely amazing with his art. You had, who are some of the absolute greats? I mean,
Da Vinci.
Right, Da Vinci
Angelo,
with the art. Yeah, you're an art guy.
But other than them,
I'm talking about intelligence was heralded. If you were extremely intelligent at one time, people came to you for advice. They wanted to be led by you. You became the owner of this.
You
had right. Come and listen to you.
His name?
Now they're made fun of.
Nietzsche.
Right.
All those people.
Right. Now they're made fun of, and you've switched the paradigm from watching and looking up to these people to now you're watching and looking up to absolute morons, but it's being done purposely to shove the morons in your face, world star hip hop. Did you see what went on at Chuck E. Cheese's?
Stand that shit.
I think it's funny to bash a kid with a ball too, but then the fighting.
That's what happened. Some kid got hit with the ball, and then they started fighting. Because all I saw was the end.
Oh, you're talking Chuck E. Cheese's?
Yeah. All I saw was the end of it, and people were hucking chairs at each other, and
right. And that lady who's filming was world star.
Yeah,
world star.
Yeah, dude. That's the norm now. What the fuck, dude?
Right.
How is that even cool? Take that camera.
And part of me is
shove it up your ass.
Maybe you
start
should kill them all.
Yeah.
That's where I start to get I start to think them. I'm what do you do with this? What do you do with this? It's I feel they tried to just do the misinformation thing and let's not let them get too smart, and now they created retards.
Yeah.
And they're oh God, what do we do with this?
Yeah. None of them are gonna go to school.
Right. It's at a certain when you liken it to this, okay, you and me, let's say you and me thinking like we do and build ourselves something, and let's say we built something that happens to allow everybody to prosper super, and you and me own the only town in the entire world. So this prospers, and now we have a populace to take care of. Okay, now you and me are running this we got God and the devil. Anyway, so you and me are running this populace. Here you go. Here's a theory. And they're all starting to grow up and stuff, and they're doing good, and they're getting jobs, and they're doing good, and then they start to grow, and they're really growing. Okay, and it's okay, well, if we wanted to remain in control for some reason, okay, let's start to cause a barrier. Okay, the barrier's there, yeah, but they're still growing, and what the hell? And one of them made the internet. Gosh damn it, he made the internet. Now everybody knows everything. Stupid shit. Shovel stupid shit onto your internet. We're just going to shovel more and more stupid shit into your. Yes, now they're now you and me can sit there. Yeah, we own everything. Oh my god, what do we do?
Yeah.
Now we got to take care of all these people with the welfare and all this kind of stuff. Now we got to take care of all these people. Now we got whatever. You get World Star Hip Hop and fighting at Chuck E. Cheese's over my balls stole my balls. Well, parents, come on, get on in there.
Yeah.
Randy Savage, Macho Man. Oh yeah,
Crazy.
And now you and me are looking at this we gotta kill everybody.
Yeah.
I feel that's what's going on, or maybe not. But it's that makes sense. You made two intelligent people. Now you made all these intelligent people stupid, and now there's too many of them. What do you do? I honestly feel the solution is knowledge.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of all the stupid shit.
You do.
And you got to educate people.
Absolutely.
You don't have a food problem. Your problem is that you don't know how to grow food in your backyard. It's not a shortage of food, it's a shortage of knowledge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you know how to grow tomatoes, cucumbers, celery, this, that, and the other, maybe you're not feasting on gourmet steak, but you're not going to die, and we don't need welfare to take care of you.
Yep.
You just grow your own damn food.
Yeah.
So you don't need food stamps no more.
Yeah.
You want more food? Grow more food. Done. But we don't spread that knowledge, and like, where are you gonna give that knowledge to an inner city kid who has a patch of grass in his front lawn? Like, I think this is what it looks like in the rural areas.
Yeah,
like, you know, like
yeah.
they don't even get to see this. They live in the concrete jungle. What are they gonna grow? Dude, Los Angeles, man, they don't even have a water source. You know, like,
It's crazy.
you know, lose
They don't even have a water source, but Nestle can buy every last dripping drop of water in the whole
the
world.
guy in Nestle.
And gets to own like a Native American like water source as well. You ever heard about that?
Dude, the guy in
Crazy.
Nestle wants to own water.
Yeah.
Like, around the world. He's like, oh, these
He's
people
buying it
need
all.
this for sustenance, and they're starving, and they're like,
Good,
you know,
good. Let me buy it so I can charge them for it then.
Right.
That's what they do.
They do in the third world country.
How
They
is
take
How is that
allowed.
How is that allowed? Exactly. How is that allowed?
It's allowed because
I'm about to
who's
say
gonna
like,
see
how is that
this?
right? Well, it's not even right.
is a
No, that's not even the question.
And
How
we
is it
have-
allowed?
Right. And then this is where I go, I'm not buying Nestle's chocolate. I'm not buying Nestle's water bottle. I'm not doing all this kind of stuff. You know, I'm going to go to Common Bond, this other place, this non-GMO, non-artificial coloring, non-whatever. I'm going to go buy from them. Vote with your dollar. But you and me currently, we're not, I don't even think, and this sucks, I don't even think we're the top 10%. I think you and me are the top 3% of people, the way that we're thinking.
That think like this.
I mean,
Sure,
I think it's
sure.
spreading.
And we're part of that bigger whole 99%. But there's only 3% of us, like you're
Right,
saying. Maybe,
right.
maybe 4.
I mean, the billionaires are only a point something of the 1%. The 1% are actually the millionaires.
Really?
Yeah, it's that small. I thought it was
Wow.
bigger. I thought millionaires were in the top 10. No, the millionaires are basically the top 1%. The billionaires are the 0.2 or 3 of the 1.
There's 400, supposedly, around 400 people in the 1% in the world.
Right, and the problem is that the 1%ers are doing the stuff that only the 1%ers really have the money to fight. So you need good people in the
Yeah.
1%ers, and a lot of the 1%ers got there because they're not good people.
They got there because they are very bad people. Exactly.
And then you get into the Satanism and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. I'm not even going to touch that.
We'll go into that later. But
I'm not even going to touch that one right now.
But out of that 400, this is a statistic I was told. I never really looked into it. I don't know how accurate it is. But out of the 400, out of the 1%, like 250 something have Rothschild as their last name. Yeah. Whoa. Go figure.
You going to go fight against your uncle? This motherfucker.
Dude, out of the 400 people, 250 something of them share the same last name.
Right.
That is sickening.
Here's the problem.
You gotta really know how to share that wealth.
Stuff didn't change as much as people like to believe from when we were ruled over by kingdoms.
That's all I'm saying. It's the same families. It's
It
the
did.
same fucking families.
Right. But see, with the internet, this is why the internet, they are trying to silence it. Now, here's what confuses me, to be honest. They technically, and maybe I'm missing some massive fact, but technically they've got a gun aimed at an infant. I mean, why aren't they pulling the trigger? The FEMA camps are set up. The military, the ways that they want to go about it is set up. The projects are set up.
What are you talking about? Like,
I'm talking
terrorism?
killing everybody.
Oh.
No, I'm saying the depopulation thing, the Georgia
Yeah.
Guidestones and stuff.
Yep.
You know this?
Yep.
Like, they want to get the population under, like, whatever. They technically, at least what it looks like to me, and I must be wrong because it hasn't happened yet, but it looks like they've got a gun to an infant's head.
Yeah.
And they're just not pulling the trigger.
So, what are they waiting for?
What are they waiting for, and is something actually fighting them? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've got hundreds, it's probably thousands, actually.
What is it fighting? If this is some battle, you gotta be like a billionaire to know about. No, not even.
Right.
More, richer.
Right. What I'm saying is there's got to be something. And I don't think it's part of their agenda. It just doesn't make sense to just drag it out because, dude, these FEMA camps have been there for a while. Okay? Those coffins have been there for a while. The sicknesses we're dealing with, they've been there for a while. They can already create something that will just kill black people. Okay? And they can put it into the water stream, you and me drink it, we're straight, black people die.
Mm-hmm.
They already have this. For you and me to protect ourselves against that, we are an infant with a gun to our heads from an adult Why is the trigger not being pulled? It doesn't make sense. Like, when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because what else has to go into a fucking effect? You want to know how to take out the world? It's so easy. You cut the power. That's it. You want to know why cutting the power is so intense? You cut the power. Most people don't have enough food to make it through the week in their house, right? Okay, you cut the power. I give it 3 days, but let's be nice and give it a full 7 days. You have 7 days before your neighbor's banging on your door and you've already turned him away once or twice saying there's nothing in there, before he's coming in your house to get your shit. You're going to fight a full-on, full-scale war with the people in Trumbull, let alone trying to take out the ones who cut the power, who are chilling on their boats with power, waiting for the whole world to implode, taking everybody out.
You're going to walk back in and own it again.
You're going to have factions rising up. We're the Trumbullians. Oh, we're the Monroeians. Yeah. You know, and you're going to have these people who are literally cannibalizing others. Because, look, it's a sick thing, and everybody likes to think that we're so damn evolved. But I got a secret for you, dude. You cut the power, the food goes away in a few days. Stop and Shop.
You gotta kill to eat.
Stop and Shop runs out of food, and what? They restock every 24 hours? If you can't restock that store, well, first off, everybody with a gun nut is coming out there, and they're gonna like pillage everything that Stop and Shop's got to get, including all the other stores. Per capita, the amount of people that are here, you cut the power, you've got under 7 days before you've got cannibalism. There's just not enough food, especially because if you cut the power, the pumps don't work, which means you don't get gas.
Yep.
So nobody's carting in food for you. You know, you don't have clean water any longer. You know, if you have water, that becomes your commodity to like buy your life and stuff. So if you've got 7 days to do that, all they need to do is go on a fucking vacation, cut the power across the fucking world for 2 or 3 months. You're gonna have everybody on life support's now dead, right? Everybody who can't take care of themselves and you have to move is now dead.
Yes.
Because, look, this is horrible. Your grandmother, who, you know, think about your grandmother who can't run, can't walk. You have to travel by foot on whatever gas is left in your tank, and then it's gone, and now you're truly on foot. Grandma can't make the journey. Well, guess what? Grandma's not coming. So all these elderly people are dead. These infants, they die quick. Infants are fucking dead. And then you've got people warring against each other. You're going back to freaking like the primeval. You've got a bagel, well, you're fucking dead because that bagel's mine. So what I'm saying is, why is the trigger not being pulled? What is fighting it? That is what confuses me. And I can't figure it out. I sit there and try to figure it out, and I'm like, well, I'm wasting my fucking day again. I'm going to go sell beach body. Well, you know, like, I just can't figure out what is fighting it, because they had this stuff set up for a long time. And,
what is fighting it?
Yeah, think about it. There's something fighting it. And, you know, whether, like, I'm going to throw this out there. I see things, your parents are going to be like, ooh, this is good. Like, I've seen ghosts, I've seen things before that happened sometimes. I've woke up and there's been like a shadow person in my room. I've woke up and what you could call, I guess, an angel was in my room. I mean, I know there's other stuff than humans.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, you have?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, cool. Because I talk to some people and they're like, what?
Some people haven't seen it.
Right.
I saw a blue man one time. His skin color was blue.
I never saw that, yeah.
Insane, dude.
Yeah, and it's like, what is that one?
It was, I'm sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden, zzz, pulls my attention right to it. I'm like...
And it doesn't go away. It's there, and it's like, you could see me?
Sitting in my bed, watching TV, and zoom, and all of a sudden, it just comes out of the wall, and just starts coming closer and closer and closer and closer, until I just was like, this is, whoa, fuck are you? What are those? And I was like, ah! And it stopped. And I was like, what the fuck was that? My whole body was buzzing, you know. That was one of my most recent
Hey, those are
sightings.
good goosebumps that just popped up from
That was
telling
one of my
that
most
story.
recent sightings, bro. That was insane. I
Yeah.
can't believe it. Because I've never seen anything blue.
Yeah.
It was a blue human being, thing,
Yep.
flying,
The second...
sitting like with his legs crossed. And
It's a freaking genie.
And its hands out.
It's a
And
genie.
its hands are glowing, and it's just like, are you going to let me get closer? When are you going to freak out?
Yeah.
And then I freak out, and he's gone.
Yeah, and what messes
Or
me
it
is what
gone.
is that?
That was gone. Whatever. Dude.
But is that
Different.
something like...
That was what is there supposedly? It's always, you know, like, I don't know what that was. That was it though. It was it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
But
And
see,
then
the
I've
problem
seen
is
ghosts,
your eyes deceive you too.
and then I've seen, you know, things behind. Yeah, your eyes do deceive you.
A chick with makeup and without makeup does not look like the same girl.
The-
What is that? Did it just paint its skin? What are you?
Yeah.
I thought I saw Gina from Aladdin. Like what?
Dude, it's crazy, bro. Like that shit did. So obviously that's all also real.
Right.
What is that?
Right.
Don't
So
tell us what that is.
what I'm saying is that okay, we exist in the physical world, which is this like okay, like first dimension, left, right, second dimension, da da da.
Yep.
The second dimension is a whole bunch of firsts stacked, right?
Yeah.
The third dimension is a whole bunch of seconds stacked. So wouldn't the
technically
fourth?
we're in the third. We are three-dimensional.
Right.
But really we're living in the second dimension, I thought.
No, I would say it's the third because we have interactions with spatial objects and stuff. I mean,
And
it's
then-
3 dimensional.
And then minus that 3, we got what? 11 more?
Well, what I'm saying is that
11 more that we don't even know about? Or
Right.
we can't even see or touch?
what I'm saying is that if the first is a whole bunch of if the second is a whole bunch of firsts stacked, well then the third is a whole bunch of seconds stacked. Well, the fourth would be a whole bunch of thirds. The fifth would be a whole bunch of fourths. So, okay, how do you stack this one? And then that's when I think you get into whatever the war is, whatever is going on, whether it's what we've read about or it's whatever. I think the reason trigger hasn't been pulled, I gotta believe that if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think the war is being fought in all of them.
That we know of, there's 14.
Great.
We know that.
Great, and how do we even know that?
Because
like
of math.
What? LSD?
Math. No.
I know this because of acid.
No.
What?
Math. Dude, math. Absolutely. Yeah.
Why? Because math.
Why? Because of math.
Hashtag math. But
So like yeah, I when I was in school in Colorado, my one of my professors was an army general
Mhm.
and extreme mathematician, and he would do 14-dimensional math for the army. Yeah, and he was trying to teach us like fucking.
yeah, and why is the army
He's over there, and he's over there trying to teach us algebra.
Mhm.
You know, like whatever 101 or whatever it was.
Right.
One of my like 3 algebras. And you just can't do it.
Of course
He's
not.
so freaking smart. You can't teach us.
Right. It's
Regular
like having
math.
Wayne Gretzky come and teach you to skate.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I just need to know how to lace up my shoes, Wayne.
Yeah.
You're wasting my time, kid.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
like, but like.
But what I'm saying, I
can
think the
believe
war is
it.
being fought all throughout.
Well, yeah.
You know, I think that there's the maybe here it looks
That's
like
why
everything's
they-
screwed,
Yeah.
but maybe in another one it's like
really
no
bad.
guys actually like
Or it's really good, or it's really, really bad.
who knows? So and even like all right, let's just let's just say third it looks really bad because to me I'm like this is
doesn't
so
look very
bad.
good. Yeah, this ain't that good.
But what if it was to the extent like that thing can come through your wall, right? Well, what if there's a
It was
so
just sitting. It didn't come to my wall. It was just sitting
Yeah.
and waiting to fuck with me.
I'm just so simplifying this, but what if there's a button for that gun, like the nuke or whatever the hell? What if there's a button? Every time someone goes to press it, someone just goes, like legit. Like I'm saying, like
From that
what?
other dimension.
Right.
Like,
What
not
if?
yet, buddy.
What if there's something like, nope, we still control you, and it's a good thing that's stopping that, and they're fighting in a higher dimension, and down here everybody's messing with each other like ants, kind of like you and me watching an ant colony, and they're going to fight each other, and they get closer, and we're like, nope, plexiglass.
Yeah.
You guys can't do it, and you're like, look at each other like, can we go,
Yeah.
go, man, you know, and it's like this.